scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for another video. So today's video is my update video for the month of August. So all the layouts and projects I got done in August 2024, as well as any spending and plans for September. So I got two layouts done in August. One is a double page, and then obviously my traveller's notebooks I worked on, which I always do even when I don't do layouts. So August has been a really busy month. I've got, as I've said, two layouts, but I had a busy month, so I have got lots of layouts in the planning. So I've been enjoying the month of August, and hopefully in the month of September I will be scrapbooking all that. So my mum came to visit for a week, and another friend was on the island for a while, so I spent time with her. And I had my trips to the theatre, and obviously all the donkey things and one thing and another, all these sort of events on the island as well, you know, for August, because once we get into September, you know, there's not so many events. I've been to quite a few events and what have you. So yeah, lots of exciting things that I've done. Not yet scrapbooked, but I believe I have got 11 layouts in the planning, and that includes, I think, two doubles, at least two doubles. So yeah, I am really hoping to get some scrapbooking done in September. So this is the double page that I did, documenting a trip to the Wild Heart Sanctuary here on the island with my friend Heather, who is one of my subscribers who was visiting the island. So yeah, double page. This is that happy birthday paper. There is a video for this. It's that happy birthday paper which I've kind of used in a different way, because I hadn't used it for my birthday, and I thought I'm not going to keep it, I'm just going to use it. And it fitted really well with this theme, because there's sort of orange on this paper and sort of orange colours in the photos, and it's connected to me writing Elvis on the board, so on the chalkboard, so you know it is musical themed. So I've spread the title across the top here, which I quite often do with a double page, and these are the puffy thickers there. Can't think of the name of them, but yeah, I've used them many times. And so I've done a top left to bottom right with my embellishing, some foam heart stickers here and a couple of buttons, and then I've got three 3x4 portrait photos here and a 4x6 landscape. Then I've got two stacked project life cards here with journaling, and then the three photos here, so two 3x4 and one 3x4 portrait. There, landscape, this is portrait. Yeah, just using my project life cards again. I haven't bought any new ones. I've had them for 2 or 3 years and I'm still working my way through them. And yeah, so photos of the tiger, the lion, and then me just being a bit silly with the chalkboard in the children's play area, writing Elvis on the board. So basically I just said here, any opportunity I get to spread the Elvis word I will take. A chalkboard and chalk was just too tempting. A little bit of planner stamping here, and then just here saying the tigers and lions pacing a little when the children were near to them, or just relaxing. Casper was shy today, either hidden away or with his back towards us. So one of the lions at the Wild Heart Sanctuary, called Casper, is usually you can see him sitting on his rock, or quite a prominent area. But today he was hidden away, and then when we went back to see him, he had his back to us. So yeah, we didn't get a photo or anything of him that day, but that's fine. And then I've probably said all that in the video when I was creating the layout. This is my Elvis Day layout. So I did do this for Scraptember day 3, which was to use white 12x12. And I wanted this to be a stamping layout. I didn't really want to use any embellishments, because I've done layouts in the past where I've done a frame like this and I've framed it with lots of embellishments as well as stamping. But today I wanted to use my stamps. So all the stamps that I've used, planner stamps, are sort of connected to Elvis, or the way my husband and I celebrate Elvis Day, which is the anniversary of when he passed away. We celebrate his life. So I've used things like stars, musical notes, movie themed items, hearts, you know, all those things. And then I've got an actual Elvis stamp here, which I've stamped in the corner. Very loose grid style layout. Chamel thickers here, a couple of project life cards. I don't think I mentioned that in the video. And then random sized photos, which I just cut to fit on the page. I wanted to mention the fact that I was exercising to Elvis. We went to see the plaque, doggies, and the movie that I watched. And then I've just sort of said here that I started the day by listening to the King whilst walking on my treadmill. We went to Rillstone. The plaque is still outside the hotel. Someone laid flowers, and it is going to be moved to the bandstand area. If you follow me, you'll know that the plaque has been moved, and it's going to be moved again. And then, according to Shanklin Town Council, it is on their to-do list. I still have to keep pestering them. And then I said I watched Viva Las Vegas. I met a friend in the evening, and I watched Clambake on the 17th, the movie Clambake. So yeah, I got a really funny email from Shanklin Town Council just basically blaming the Isle of Wight Council for not having done anything with it, which I thought was quite amusing. And it's obviously not, you know, a particularly important thing that has to be done. It's not a priority, obviously, but the email was quite a bit kind of like, sort of like unnecessary, you know. They were like blaming the Isle of Wight Council, and I thought, well, that's very unprofessional. I might tell them that if I reply to them. But anyway, hopefully it will get moved to the bandstand area, which will be nice. So this is my random stuff traveller's notebook. We finished here last time. I think I only did one double page in here last time. So this time we've got my visit to the theatre. So I went over to Southampton to see a Buddy Holly show, and I wore my cowgirl boots, I should say, and my outfit for the evening there. And then I took a photo outside the theatre with one of the decorated lighthouses, because I know, because Stephanie was interested in that, and Stephanie, who follows me, she likes to do all the trails, and so I sent her this photo. And then we did actually do the trail together in Southampton, which I will be documenting. This is just a photo of me after the show with the guys in the band. A little bit of just a cut down piece of journaling type paper here, and I've actually stamped in the background a stamp that Stephanie sent to me. Actually, it's like bottle caps, but I just stamped it in light brown just to create a little background, because I thought brown was quite a good theme with like the Western style and what have you, hillbilly and all that. So just saying that it was an evening show, and it wasn't my favourite time seeing that show, because to be honest, the cast were a little bit unruly. I've said that here. It was one of their birthdays, and they were like a little bit wild, to be honest. But yeah, it's still good, Buddy Holly music and all that. And then I had a rest day. So this is one of my new stamp sets that I've used here. I think, is it Ellie Studio? I'm not sure. Not particularly stamped it well, as you can see. A little bit too much pressure, but I didn't mind that. So I'm basically saying that on this particular day, which is the 31st of July, I had a rest day. I was home alone with the doggies. We stayed indoors to keep cool, so it was hot that day. And then I kind of binge watched the first 5 episodes of Cobra Kai. Still obsessed. Whipped up a chocolate cake with a Becky XL recipe, and it was really nice. It's the sort of cake that you could use to make like a Black Forest gatto. It was just such a nice cake, and I'm not particularly good at making chocolate cake, but I'll definitely use that recipe in future. I watched the Bike Riders movie. I thought I would love it, but I didn't particularly like it that much. But I do obviously love Austin Butler, who played Elvis in the movie. And I'd got these 2 stickers, textured layered stickers, from a previous layout that I deconstructed, and I was desperate to use them on something to do with the Bike Riders. But because I didn't really like the film that much, I didn't want to do a layout about it. But I'd still documented it in my traveller's notebook and used these 2 kind of biker jacket and jeans stickers. And then I've just said here that I love Becky XL's recipes, and this could be a Black Forest gatto, which is what I just said to you. So then we move on to this lighthouse trail that I was just talking about. So Stephanie was coming down to Southampton to do the trail, and I went over there to meet up with her. And basically I've just thrown all of my sort of, you know, as many seaside beach themed embellishments or die cut pieces as I possibly can at this layout. So I purchased that Simple Stories collection. Don't normally buy collections, but I purchased that Simple Stories collection. And yeah, just still got loads of it left, because I bought die cuts and things that I don't really use that much. And it's funny, because until I sort of had a quick look at it when I was planning layouts, I'd completely forgotten about, you know, the lighthouses in it and everything. So yeah, I'm quite glad I did do that. So I've got lots of layouts coming, but I just thought I'd document it in here as well. This is a photo of me over at Cowes, which is a mural of a lighthouse over at Cowes on one of the walls, and it's quite close to where one of the lighthouses is. So I thought I'd snap a photo of that and pop that in here, and then the photos with the lighthouses I'm going to do on my layouts. And then I'm just saying here that it's just saying here that I completed the trail, because I did the ones on the Isle of Wight with a little bit of help from Stephanie, because there was one or two that she saw for me that I didn't quite get to see. And the fact that we walked lots of steps that day here, 27,049 steps. And then just saying here that it was the day when on the day we were in Southampton, there were some protests planned, and there was quite a lot of police activity, and as the day wore on, it was kind of escalating, and Stephanie's mum kept updating us with texts and things. So we decided to exit Southampton at 4 o'clock, just in case. And the next day, I think I saw this on somewhere on BBC News social media, to say that there were counter protests all over the country, and they mentioned Southampton here. So although they were expecting protests in Southampton, in the end it was actually counter protests. But yeah, there was a very, very high police presence, and everywhere was closing, like the shopping centre and everywhere was closing. So we decided to just make a quick exit from the city, although Stephanie was staying over, but they were like in a hotel, so they stayed in their hotel. So yeah, die cuts and everything here, just from that Simple Stories, I can't remember what it's called, I'll just check. Simple Vintage Seas. And then I stamped this myself, and this is the name of the trail. And then I used just a scrap piece here just to add journaling, and I've just basically said, well, I've said here what I've just told you. Fun day seeking lighthouses with Stephanie. I completed the trail with her help. 5 large lighthouses on the island. My husband and I went to East Cowes with the dogs to see the final 2, because I'd already seen the ones at Cowes when I got the ferry across to Southampton. And I'm saying here that my favourite is the Moo Selfie Lighthouse at Cowes, but it's really hard to choose because there's just so many amazing lighthouses that I really liked, and I kept changing my mind. And then a little bit of puffy here, puffy alphas here, just to say open. And what I've done is I've added the map here, that the map of the trail here, and I just thought that was quite nice. The only thing that bothers me is that I'd rather have, I've got another map here, and I'd rather have this facing you in the traveller's notebook, but if I do that, the map opens upside down, so I decided to do it this way and just pop these letters on here, alphas on here, just so that you could see that that's to be opened. So then we're moving on to another page. So this is my friend and I went for lunch, and I've just got a 4x4 photo here, done a little bit planner stamping here, project life card on the horizontal, and I'm just saying that we had a 4.5 hour lunch, double trouble, non-stop chatting, which is true, and some little smiley or very, very cheesy grin emoji faces here from the planner stamp set. And then this is another friend that was visiting the island, so a photo with my husband and myself with her. This is a LE Studio 6x8 pattern paper that I've just torn the bottom edge off rather than stuck to the page. A little camera stamp here, and I've just said that we had lots of adventures, and what we did. I went to see Joseph, we went to Godshill, Happel, Durkham, Yaverland, Culver and Tapnell. So it fitted quite a lot in the week that she was here. She wasn't actually staying with us, she was staying with another friend who's moved to the island, so we spent quite a bit of time with all of them. Then I can't remember why I left this gap. I think it's because I was using this flare piece and I didn't want it on this side, but I'm not sure about that. But I will fill that in with something else. So this is just some photos of my husband and I over at Fort Victoria, which is a place we like to go to with the doggies, and it's been a while since we've had a photo of this chap here, so we just had a little bit of fun taking photos with the doggies there. Puffy Alpha, little camera stamp. I made a sort of a grid with the photo, and then 2 smaller photos of the doggies and my husband. And then I've cut down a project life card here, and I've just said a nice beach stroke, wood walk and photo shoot. I've stamped here a rosette, which is this stamp here, and I've added the flare onto the top of that, so that's that page done. And then moving on to the next page, so this is the flyer for the Joseph musical, which has been on at the theatre here on the island for 4 Tuesday evenings over the summer, and I've been to every show, because if you follow me, you'll know that I'm pretty obsessed with that show, and just this week was the final show. So I thought I'd just pop the flyer in. Actually, I am documenting this extensively, probably in layouts as well. Well, definitely in layouts, but probably in here too, the photos that maybe don't make the layout. So where I'm going to put them, I'm not sure. And then yeah, I think I probably made a mistake leaving that gap there. I don't think I realised I'd done it until afterwards. So this is just a page, just a pattern paper stuck to the page. A little bit of stamping here with my theatre mask stamp that I like to use. And I've just stamped here more shows booked. And these are just kind of the shows that I've been booking. So I booked Aladdin. I thought it was a pantomime, and I don't like pantomimes. But when Stephanie was here, they were advertising it at the shopping centre in Southampton, and then I realised that the dates for the show were September and not December. So I thought, well, that's not a pantomime if it's in September, so I booked it. I had to, and it's at the theatre, I think, for 6 weeks, and I don't think I've ever known a show to be at Mayflower for 6 weeks before. I know Lion King was probably 4 weeks. So, and it's a Disney production, so yeah, I think they're expecting high attendance for that. So I had to go through all the weeks of the days that I could go. Finally managed to find a show that I could get the front row for, because, you know, I do like the front row, and I'd left it a bit late to book as I wasn't planning on going. So yeah, Hamilton, I've booked that. Not sure I'm going to like it. I know everyone loves it. Not sure it's going to be for me, but I'm giving it a go, and I'm hoping I do like it. I've booked the Manhunter Live. So this is the detective, a UK detective who's there's a lot of TV programs about him. He was the person who solved some really very high profile cases, and I've always watched the programs about him, so I'm really interested to go to that. Booked that. Only found out about that when I was at Joseph one evening and I saw it on the TV screen. I've also booked Anything Goes here. Oh, I didn't realise that was Anything Goes, because I've wrote here Anything Goes here, and I didn't mean like anything goes here, I meant anything goes here. So I hadn't realised that that was what that was. So what I'll probably do is print a very small image of the actual promotion for the show, and I'll pop that over there, because I'd written that there to remind me, and I've only just written that there today, and I hadn't realised that that was the same thing. So yeah, I'll do a little square photo on the top of it, or if I book something else, I'll pop that on there. And then that's as far as we get. So I'm recording this on is it the 4th of September today, or the 5th maybe? I'm not sure. But yeah, a few days into September, because I've been very busy. So I've got a few things to pop in here. Lots of things actually that I have not done, but I think they're all related to September. Just I've printed the photos and things, but I've just not actually, you know, got around to sticking them into the page, into the notebook. So yeah, lots to do in September, including, you know, finishing that page, which I mustn't forget. And that's yeah, quite a lot in there, so that's good. And then we're on to my Donkey Traveller's notebook, which we finished off here last time. And I don't think I mentioned last time that I'd actually punched this piece out of a postcard. It was a postcard, and I just punched that out using my large circle punch. So then we move on to 13th of August. So I wasn't in the week before. I missed a week, and then this was the next time that I was in. So I've got a little photo here of Pearl and Elvis and Pearl, and this is Junon, and then this is Joseph. I've used a little bit of jute here with a die cut piece that I've stapled to the page, and another die cut piece there for the date. I've used my grass stamp here, some little heart stamps and my alpha stamps, and also horseshoe. And I'm just saying that one of the donkeys passed away, and then I was talking about this donkey here, Junon. She was in the field shelter, so I made her a separate bowl of food, so she got her food, and I just stayed with her. And then I groomed Joseph and had to give him a little wash. He was a little bit dirty, bless him. And then I just made food as usual, moved donkeys, did cleaning, all that kind of thing. And in the evening we had a volunteer meeting, and I got a new uniform, and one of the donkeys passed away. So this is the following week. I groomed Elvis this week, and this is me taking a photo of Elvis and someone taking a photo of me. That's Pearl in the background. Horseshoe stamp, heart stamps, cheesy grin, emoji face stamps. I've cut this camera out of a piece of pattern paper and added a star there, a gem star. Tiny photo here of CJ and Junon. So Junon passed away, and a colleague at the Donkey Sanctuary sent me this photo of sort of a throwback photo of my boy CJ with Junon. So they used to be in a herd together, and they were friends way back, and then they were in a herd together again more recently. This is me with my new uniform. So I groomed and hoof picked Elvis, and I don't think I'd hoof picked Elvis before, so that was nice to do. Sorted out the oldies with their lunch, and I stayed with CJ and Moses because they have separate food, so I didn't want the other donkeys to get near to them. hoof picked a whole herd with a colleague. They're fresh air donkeys. Done the haze. I did the haze, and then I've just said here about the throwback photo. So that was the 20th of August. Then we move on to the 27th of August, and this is a photo of me with CJ here with his fly mask on, and this is a photo of Joseph and Prune. Planner stamps again here, horseshoe, just mentioned that one of the donkeys passed away, and then I've put here that this is CJ in his fly mask. So I poo picked and CJ was helping me. If I've got a video of him helping me, I'll pop that at the end of this video. And then I was just saying that my friend was in today, so we were helping find ragwort in the field. So it's poisonous to the equines, and we have to eliminate that as much as possible. So we were learning about doing that, because I'd never done that before. I didn't even know what it looked like, but I do now. And since then I've seen it in lots of places. Helped in the afternoon with a visitor pamper session with, and this is Joseph and Prune in the barn ready for the pamper session with a visitor, and I did some haze, and I readopted CJ because I always adopt CJ in August. And then that's as far as I've got, and then I've got some more things to pop in here, but these are not done yet, and these are for September. So yeah, that's my Donkey Traveller's Notebook finished. I think that's about it. There's no spending. I haven't done any spending this month at all. I think on my channel last month I did my craft room tour, didn't I? So I cleaned my craft room, and then I did do that 2019 birthday album flip through. So I'll have to see if I can do a 2020 birthday album flip through. And I've said already I've got lots of layouts planned, and I'm really hoping to get some of those done in September. I actually had a pre-op today for my second cataract surgery, which is going to be the beginning of October. So yeah, maybe I won't be doing so much scrapbooking in October, or not to begin with, but hopefully before that I will get lots of layouts done, because I'm excited about the layouts that I've got prepped already. So yeah, that's all for today. So once again, thank you for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.